The Pokemon Company is releasing a new game called Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, and here are some things that you might have missed from the trailer. So let's watch it together and we'll talk about it. Here is the trailer from today's Pokemon Day announcement, where it looks like the player is getting a ping at least 2 times a day. It is mentioned twice. You get a pack, and these are sets that aren't real. Genetic Apex isn't a set that exists. Who knows how many cards you will get per pack, but you can see in each of these cards here that it is simplified. It's oversimplified to a regular Pokemon card with just the attack, the HP. Weakness is reduced to plus 20s, and you can see here on the Gardevoir that Size Shadow, the ability, once during your turn, you may take one energy card from your energy zone, something that doesn't exist in the Pokemon TCG, and attach it to current active psychic Pokemon. So what is the energy zone? Is this something like a Hearthstone mana system where we have mana that exists? Is this something like a Marvel Snap mana system as well? Like there's a bunch of different mana systems that exist for speed duels in particular. This does show that this is a 3-star rare, hollow, pull, whatever, and packs look to be about 5 cards from the initial trailer. And it looks like you'll get a ping 2 times a day, so make sure that battery life is up to speed. You got notifications on for the app you can pull. There was something with the Brock there that I wanted to talk about as well. Look, it says another one. Take one fighting energy from your energy zone and attach it to your Golem or Onyx, which also implies that the energy zone could just be a separate deck, like an extra deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Potentially. Now, this is just making it so your deck is simplified and you can play the game that way. Now you can see that it's a collection of pretty much every single Pokemon card from 1999, from the game's initial release to now, but there are individual Pokemon cards released for this game specifically for the online client or this online mobile app that you can't really, I guess, do in person. These cards might never see the light of day as real cards, but they could be exclusive to this online client thing. Looks like you can trade with other friends as well as you're opening packs. You get an Eevee, someone wants an Eevee, you can trade, sauce up your collection a little bit, get things after you hit whatever play sets you hit at some point, or build your collection if you're a collection person. Looks like there are battles. If you're looking at the small battle screen from here, you can see that there are no prize cards indicated. However, there's knockout counters on the top and bottom of the screen, showing potentially when you get to 3 knockouts, or whatever an EX would, count as a knockout or extra damage, etc., whatever the metric may be, then you win the game. You can also see that there are no energy cards on either player's field or hand, but the players are attacking. So where are these energies coming from? What is the energy zone? These things are all questions that are going to be answered hopefully shortly when this game does get released. So it is a different style of Pokemon, something probably akin to Yu-Gi-Oh's Speed Duel or a Marvel Snap-esque looking game with only 3 bench per player. I would be remiss if they didn't show more bench, but it looks like the mobile screen game has capped it at 3 bench potentially, so that is something to note as well, where maybe we only have 3 bench. It's a speed version of the game with only 3 knockouts, still like 20 minutes on the clock. It looks like 17:34 here, 17:01 for the other player. It would be hard pressed to say that all that time isn't, and it looks like taking that 3rd knockout did end the game, so it looks like 3 knockouts is probably the key for this game. You can pull very rare cards for your collection. Get as excited as these gentlemen over here. I mean, I'll be getting it myself, almost certainly. And the cool part about this is if you're someone who enjoys the art of Pokemon and the intricacies, you can click on the card in your collection to go deeper into the art and kind of get immersed with some of these other art forms and what's going on. That being said, there are some arts in the Pokemon TCG that have been very cleverly drawn together where one of the arts connects to another art. So hopefully that'll be really cool to see, like potentially like I think like the Quaxley line, all the alt arts are very intertwined. So maybe you click on the Quaxley card and you can see the Quaquaval as well in the card, just hanging out, something like that, which I think is cool. I'm not like a huge art person, but for people out there who do enjoy the art of the Pokemon TCG, this is a very cool experience. You can open packs at any point in time. Don't do it on a first date. You'll probably get in some trouble. You can see the pulls, the animation, nice and quick across the board. You can see if you have energies attached. There's the arts. Basically, this game has everything from 1999 to now is basically, and looks like there will be microtransactions involved in the game. This is not being done by like the same people who do Pokemon TCG Live or whatever. It is under the Pokemon banner, but Dina is taking care of it, which is the company that also did Pokemon Masters EX. So this is some sort of gacha game or geared towards being a gacha game. with some ultimate goal of just like opening product or opening packs with money. And you get 2 packs per day at no cost. So is there a way to get more packs via just playing, doing a quest? Like what can earn more packs is the big question here. I'm sure there will be some way to do a daily quest that'll earn you more packs because that's a staple of any gacha game. But after that point, what earns you more packs? How are you putting more packs on the table? And that's probably going to be money. That's the answer we're looking for here. And so 2 times a day, you'll just randomly get it. It'll come out in 2024, so sometimes this year. Creatures and Dina are taking care of this as a whole. Let me flip forward a little bit as we're talking about Pocket. Basically, this is just a cool way for you guys to enjoy the art and the Pokemon cards themselves, all the way from 1999 to now. Some of the best cards in the game. Some of the most iconic cards will be in here, and you can just enjoy the game for what it is, especially the art, etc. And you can get a better look at the board here, where the energy cards are attached from first glance. The card backs are different as well, indicating that it is a completely different game off the rip of itself. And you can see that I don't know what the EX reads, and is it going to give up 2 prizes, 2 points towards the end game. Look, you can see the energy zones in the top left and bottom right corner of the screen as well, which probably indicate like this is your energy typing or this is your energy zone. You can maybe pick 1 or 2 types as you're going into a game of Pokemon rather than making it complicated and playing like, I don't know, like Lost Zone Giratina where you have all these other aspects. And in the current Pokemon, and it looks like, look, if you look at all the arts and the different eras, it looks like a bunch of different eras of Pokemon cards are allowed to be played all at the same time. So this begs the question of if you want to be competitive or try to play really hard, you're going to have a card pool that stretches from 1999 all the way to now. Much older. That card pool is like older than a lot of players that are going to be playing this game. So what happens then? How do you tech for something like in the current Pokemon TCG? If you want to tech for a certain Pokemon card or a Pokemon deck, you play a typing that beats it. Oh, Gardevoir is weak to Dark type. Let's put some Dark types into our deck. You can't do that for this game, seemingly. Sure, there might be an S-tier meta that develops in this fake format and fake game, but for the time being, it does not look like it's a techable or a gameable metagame. That being said, I'm going to kind of wrap this up with, I'm personally going to buy this game, not buy this game, but like download it. I don't think it'll be money to pay this game. It seems like a ton of fun. I have a Discord channel already made down below. If you guys click on my Discord, my community, where people are already discussing it pretty excitedly about what it could be, what it could entail. And you guys are always welcome to come post your polls. I'm excited to see what you guys have thoughts on this. Again, keep in mind, this is not taking resources away from Pokemon TCG Live, nor is it like a subsidiary or replacing it. I did think it was going to replace it at first. I was like, what is happening? Are we getting a new mobile game right after we already got one? But that's not the case. So the title of this video is probably going to be like, will this replace new Pokemon game replacing Live or whatever? But I don't know if that's actually the case. That's not going to happen. It's just a different game where you can kind of play a speedier version of Pokemon that's a little bit fake. So a great way to introduce people into the game, similar to how Master Duel brought people into Yu-Gi-Oh!, how Marvel Snap brought people into just card games in general, and how Hearthstone, being a mobile game, also draws a different audience. So it's a cool, I think, way to get people who don't normally play games like this into playing something like a little bit of mini gacha, and then when you suck them in, you bring them all the way through, and all of a sudden we've got a Pokemon player who's playing competitive on our hands. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe, and peace out.